You just Google gain energy and it's like, okay, I'm going to eat some veggies. Like, probably not going to do it for you. You should have veggies though.
Oh, and a full year, and that lets you save. Who cares?
Welcome to a brand new edition of Ageless Energy, where we talk about how to burn fat, increase energy, and balance hormones for women over 40. Over the past 20 years as a performance coach, I've worked with hundreds of women that have the exact same struggles you do. I hope to shine some light with this podcast on what can be the most challenging time of your life and let you know there is hope to find success with your health and what you're looking for. Please share and enjoy. Good morning. Welcome to another series of Is Google Right or Wrong? Busting myths. Proving facts. My name is Drew Tadia, founder and CEO of True Form Life, and we work with women 40 plus to help them increase energy, burn body fat, and balance hormones. So if that's you, you are in the right place. If that's not you, you're certainly welcome to hang out and see what information we have to share today. This is going to be a quick one, shorter than my usual lives. I am going to talk about, so here's the thing. I decided to put this series together because I feel like sometimes we're Google smart. So that could be any search engine that you prefer. And sometimes I feel like we just keep searching until we find the answer we're looking for. And then also often we'll search one time and we'll find the top answer. And it's a loose suggestion of what I would feel is accurate. So all I'm doing, I am literally Googling, and I'm using Chrome search engine. I don't usually use Chrome. I prefer Brave for a number of reasons, but in this case, Chrome is a Google extension, right? So all I'm doing is Googling, how do women burn body fat? And let's see what they have to say. Let's see if we can find some accurate answers. All right. So this looks like AI overview. AI is certainly taking over now, isn't it? Women can gain energy by maintaining a balanced diet rich in complex carbohydrates, protein, and healthy fats, staying hydrated, getting their regular exercise, maintaining stress levels, prioritizing quality sleep, ensuring adequate intake of essential vitamins, minerals like iron and vitamin D. That is pretty good. That is pretty good. I would usually disagree right off the jump, but I do want to dive in here a bit deeper. So key strategies to boosting energy. Is this the same? Looks like this is the same thing, right? Like AI. We're going to dive in here a little bit deeper. So complex carbs, whole grains, brown rice, quinoa, sweet potatoes, protein options, healthy fats, and fruits and veggies. All right. So I think this is fantastic. All right. Let me dive in here and offer a bit more detail. So a diet rich in complex carbs. So we believe and we teach balanced macros. So just a fancy word for four food categories. And these are covering them here. So if we look at complex carbs, we have whole grains and brown rice. A bit controversial. I would definitely recommend quinoa and sweet potatoes. So those are the two that I would definitely choose first. Then we can look at proteins. So burning body fat, gaining energy in particular, I am going to get a bit controversial. I'm going to say protein is not going to give you the energy you're hoping for. If you have dealt with anyone, let's say you're talking to someone that has done a fitness competition, for example, and you strip away all of the carbohydrates, you strip away all of the fats, and you leave some veggies for fiber, antioxidants to help a little bit with digestion, and you leave the protein, those individuals will tell you they have zero energy. That's why it's hard for me, because I have that experience working with very minimal experience, by the way. And but the protein in particular, I feel like that's false information to give you energy. You get your energy from fats and complex carbs. Sustainable energy. You could get short-term energy from simple carbs, depending on what you're looking for. But most people, you see their blood sugar levels spike too often, which causes a number of different health issues, certainly including gaining weight. And you have the spike of increase of energy and the crash of zero energy. So for example, you see someone in the afternoon, they have a less than healthy meal for lunch. So they get that spike of trying to get back to work and back into things. Then the afternoon crash. That's because of the spike in blood sugar levels, which gives you a short-term boost of energy, and then the crash comes along with it every time. Fruits and veggies, certainly in there, but not going to energize you. Hydration, this is always on there. Like this is just a brief overview of wellness or health. Hydration is not going to give you energy, not in my opinion. I'm not saying you shouldn't be hydrated. You should certainly be hydrated, but it's not going to give you energy, in my opinion. Regular exercise, engaging in moderate intensity activities like brisk walking, swimming, or biking. I would say that's probably true. Last week, we talked about burning body fat. It's tough for me not to put in their resistance training at the top if you want to burn body fat, but speaking specifically about gaining energy for women, it is good to get out. Like you're sitting at your desk all day and you're probably lack of energy, staring at a screen all day, listening to people that you don't want to listen to. Draining, right? So if you get up, get some fresh air, walk around a bit, get your body moving, get the blood flowing, that'll give you a boost of energy for sure. Stress management. Here's another one. I'm not sure if that's going to give you energy. I would say that's false. Again, this looks like a brief overview of wellness. So again, tough why I'm talking about this, because you just Google gain energy and it's like, okay, I'm going to eat some veggies. Like, probably not going to do it for you. You should have veggies though. Quality sleep. I wouldn't say quality sleep is going to give you a boost of energy, but you're going to feel more relaxed. Relaxed. You're going to feel more relaxed and you're going to feel less drained with reduced stress and more sleep. So that's definitely in there. Vitamin and mineral check, adequate levels of iron, vitamin D, B, and other minerals. So like a pretty brief overview. You should certainly take supplement with proper vitamins. Iron's a tough one. I'm not going to get into it. That's certainly controversial. Taking an iron supplement along with taking a calcium supplement. You definitely don't want to take calcium with anything else like calcium, magnesium. It's not going to work out well for you. And vitamin D, if you're taking a vitamin D, you're going to want to take a K2 with it. And then vitamin D and magnesium go well together. So there's a little bit lacking here, but again, brief overview. Okay. What we're doing here is we are seeing if Google is right. We're Googling how women gain energy and we're agreeing or disagreeing. A lot of this I'm agreeing with actually. So look at caffeine moderation. Yeah, that's a great idea. Anything that could unnaturally spike your blood sugar level, or you could say spike your blood sugar levels. I'm not saying that coffee will do that, but anything that will naturally give you a high. So energy drinks, refined sugar, caffeine, there usually comes a crash with it. So I wouldn't call that sustainable long-term energy throughout the day. That's going to offer the opposite of probably what you're looking for. Okay, let's see what else Google has to say. How do women gain energy? This says eating carbohydrates and protein with a couple of hours of exercise. I feel like that's the challenge with like when you don't necessarily go to an expert or someone that knows what they're doing or someone that has experience. So if someone's like, I hear this all the time, like, oh, I'll just do it on my own. Like, okay, do it on your own. You've been doing it on your own for 40 years and hasn't worked that well for you, right? So then you're like, wow, I'll just keep doing it on my own. Einstein's definition of insanity. So this is very vague, like eating carbohydrates, which carbohydrates? So if someone didn't really know and they're like, hey, Google told me to eat carbohydrates, I should do that. Which ones, right? And how much? And then with a couple hours of exercise, what type of exercise? So I would say like super high intensity exercise wouldn't necessarily give you energy. Like when I used to lift heavy and hard, I'd be exhausted after a workout. If you do a light, full body resistance training workout, that will give you more energy. But super vague with those comments here. We got another one here from Google. Water, caffeine, and or carbs will give you energy. I've never drank a glass of water and felt more energized. If you're overall hydrated, you're going to feel better or perform better, like day-to-day life for sure. But if you drink a glass of water, you're not going to be like feeling so energized. Like, that's probably false. Caffeine is in here. Sure, short term. If you want short term, like a little boost of energy. I think that I'm not like against coffee. I think like I have a coffee once in a while. It's more of like a treat or something to look forward to. Often it's what you're putting in coffee. People get like super irate when I talk about coffee. Like it's like caffeine in particular. It's not really, I mean, there's a difference between caffeine and coffee, right? There's a difference between nicotine and tobacco. Like, and there's health benefits to different ones. Like there's benefits to caffeine. There's benefits to nicotine. Like we found research a little bit different than the conventional thinking, but you're not like most people aren't going to take a caffeine pill, right? Or a caffeine tab. It's the coffee. And then you have to look at what you're putting in your coffee. And then you have to look at IBS and a number of different areas. I'm not going to get into that. I would suggest that caffeine does not give you the energy that you're hoping for. Certainly not sustainable throughout the day. And then carbohydrates. This says carbohydrates, especially sugars, are highly effective energy boosters. Yeah, sugars. Like, I guess that's a bit vague, but it's not false. Like, it'll give you short-term energy, a spike in energy, spike in blood sugar levels. Probably not what you're looking for when it comes to energizing. Can I take my B with the morning liquid mag, zinc with K2? I don't see a problem with that. I would probably be specific of what it is that you want to take, like your supplements, at what times. Because like, just think about your body metabolizing or digesting, and you like jam pack it's like if you take a shot of magnesium, just say for example, you take a shot of magnesium, you get done and over with. Just that needs to be done. Move on with my life. That's different than putting magnesium, like I'm talking about liquid magnesium, but putting magnesium in your water bottle and sipping on it. Your body just has a better chance of absorbing it. It's the same thing as like sit down. I actually think this. I'm sitting at a restaurant and watch other people eat without judgment. Most people eat very quickly. So they'll sit down and they'll eat this huge bowl of whatever, pasta or steak and potatoes or stir fry. Doesn't matter. But they sit down and they eat this huge plate of food, and it's like I don't know if I could drink it as fast as they eat it. And they just like swallow this whole food. And I'm thinking like, your digestive tract is not happy. It's like, what are you doing to me? How is your body supposed to process that much food in that short amount of time? And then the absorption rate is like that. All that food is going through your digestive tract at a rapid pace because your body's trying to do what it's supposed to do, but you're not exactly helping it. And then on top of that, we wash it down with like a sugary substance, like a milk or a Coke. And I don't even care if it's a Diet Coke, like that's not going to help your digestion. And then we're like, I don't know why I'm gas, bloaty, and can never lose any weight. Like, because you're swallowing your food and your digestive tract can't properly break down, absorb, and put the things like, put all the nutrients where it's supposed to go and use them properly. Same thing with like some types of like calcification with like supplementing with calcium, like not having a proper K2 with your D. Like, it's complex. It really is. I'm not trying to overcomplicate things. This, like, eating properly can be very simple. You balance your macros, proper food choices, and you eat regularly instead of once a day. Like, that's pretty simple. But if you want to level up, it gets a little bit more complex. I would just consider spreading out your supplements if you're going to take lots of them. Yeah. Hopefully that's clear enough. One of the things I would like to ask of you guys is that some of you know that I don't run ads on the show and don't plan on in the immediate future. So the only ask I have for you is that you help us spread the word so we can help more women burn body fat, increase energy, and balance their hormones. And the only way that we can do that is if you can rate and review this podcast. So the single thing that I could have you do or could ask of you is to leave a review. It'll take 5 minutes or one swipe with a thumb. It would mean the absolute world to me. And more importantly, you could change the world for someone else. As many of you know, there's plenty of women that struggle in this age group for balancing hormones, increasing energy, and burning body fat. So if you could help spread the word, that would make a big difference in our life and probably someone else's as well. Let's see. Okay. How to boost energy levels quickly? So exercise, physical. I'm only going to read a couple more and then I'll jump off. Exercise, physical activity can help boost energy levels by increasing blood flow and oxygen throughout the body. Yeah, fantastic. And it's a really good point, because when someone comes to me and they're like, I have really low energy, we have to look at digestion first, because digestion is directly linked to energy. That's number one. And then we look at activity level. Most people, I say most, like the good majority of 85 plus people, don't exercise. They don't exercise. They might do some light walks. And I'll tell you, when I talk to people, I'm like, hey, they're like, I'm struggling. This is happening, etc. And I say, well, what's your activity level look like? What are you doing? You know, I go for some light walks once in a while, and I'm like, okay. Or I'll actually say, do you do any exercise? Like, are you exercising at all? And they'll say, I go for walks. And I'm like, great, but do you do any exercise? So everyone has their own definition, but if you are exercising, you'll have much better opportunity to gain energy. And that's another reason why we recommend exercising. When I'm saying exercising, I'm talking about working out. Exercising isn't digging in the garden. It's not even walking, although there are benefits to walking. It's not shoveling snow. That's not exercise, in my opinion. I'm talking about full body resistance training types of exercise to increase your metabolism, burn body fat, and gain energy. That's what we do. And it's not like it's not like made up, like there's clear science that backs this. And also our experience of doing this for 20 years. Like it's very clear. If someone comes to me and they're like, I'm just going to walk, like I'd like to join a program like yours, but I'm just going to walk instead of do resistance training, and I'll follow the meal plan. Compare to that to someone who's going to follow our workouts through resistance training and follow the meal plan, right? And that's not even accountability and coaching and mindset training. It's going to be night and day difference from those that just walk, for example, and those that go through resistance training. So hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully that gives you an idea of there's reasons why we recommend the things that we do, like exercise the first thing. If you exercise first thing in the morning, there's so many benefits. You have a natural, like you feel accomplished. So you have a natural boost of confidence because you have something completed, right? Something's already done throughout the day. Maybe you've done something they didn't really want to do. Could be exercise, right? That's number one. Number two, you have a natural boost of energy. So you're going to be energized throughout the day. It's not energized for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, or if you have some sugary drink or caffeine or energy drink, you'll be energized for a couple hours and then you have a crash, right? Very different feel to this type of energy, exercising in the morning. And the last one I'll give you is the later in the day you plan your exercise, the more chances there's going to be things that come up that won't give you the opportunity to get that exercise in. So first thing, no questions asked, get your workouts in. Non-fasted. You got to have something to eat before you exercise. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Rich in fruits, veggies, whole grains. Yeah. Okay. Another very very generalization. You'll feel better. I'm talking about like what specifically will give you more energy. And, Google is pretty much just giving a general comments for everywhere I look. So I don't know how hopeful that is by just Googling, but hopefully, some of my details give you more insight on what you can actually do to gain more energy. That's it. Thanks for joining. Any questions, drop below. Otherwise, we have our Metabolism Accelerator program where we work with women 40 plus to help them increase energy, burn body fat, and balance hormones. I think next week we'll talk about balancing hormones. Otherwise, we have our private Facebook group, our Ageless Energy group, and I go live on there Friday mornings and we talk about more specific types of supplementation and other areas of health. If you're not in that private group and you want to jump in there, just comment below and we'll send you the link. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.